Synthetic fertilizer prices have become so volatile that many growers now realize the real solution is not finding a cheaper supplier, it's firing the supplier entirely. Hidden beneath the soil surface is a biological engine capable of manufacturing nitrogen fertilizer on demand, using nothing but sunlight, air, and living microbes. Crops like lupins, pigeon peas, and sun hemp host microscopic factories in their roots that pull nitrogen gas from the atmosphere and convert it into nutrients. When these crops are grown intentionally and inoculated with the right rhizobia bacteria, your soil begins producing its own fertility. What starts as a small patch of nitrogen-fixing plants can evolve into a fully self-sustaining fertility cycle that replaces synthetic inputs permanently. The hidden cost of synthetic dependence. The global fertilizer market has been sending warning signals for years, but price surges made the problem impossible to ignore. Nitrogen fertilizers rely heavily on natural gas for production through the Haber-Bosch process, meaning energy shocks ripple directly into the cost of growing food. For small farms and gardeners, this creates a fragile system where soil fertility depends on global energy markets rather than the health of the land. Even when fertilizer is affordable, it comes with hidden costs. Synthetic nitrates deliver an immediate hit, but they do nothing to build living soil structure. Repeated applications can disrupt microbial communities, weaken natural nutrient cycling, and encourage shallow root systems that depend on constant external feeding. Chemical runoff adds another layer of loss. Nitrogen that isn't absorbed often washes away during rain, entering streams and groundwater. From the perspective of the soil steward, that runoff represents wasted fertility nutrients purchased at high cost only to be lost to the watershed. The alternative approach flips the system. Instead of importing fertility from factories, the land itself becomes the factory. Nitrogen-fixing plants recruit specialized microbes that manufacture nutrients directly inside the soil. Once established, this living network operates continuously. The biological engine of nitrogen fixation. The real miracle begins inside tiny nodules attached to the roots of leguminous plants. These nodules are home to rhizobia bacteria, with a rare skill: the ability to convert atmospheric nitrogen gas into ammonia. Nitrogen gas makes up nearly 78% of the air, yet most plants cannot use it in that form because the triple bond is extremely strong. Rhizobia bacteria solve that through an enzyme called nitrogenase. They receive sugars from photosynthesis and provide ammonia in exchange. For growers, the key step is inoculation. Coating seeds with a species-specific rhizobial inoculant increases the chances that nodules form quickly and efficiently. When the plant roots expand, nodules begin forming like tiny beads. This nitrogen feeds the host plant and eventually enters the surrounding soil. Lupins and sun hemp, high biomass nitrogen generators. Lupins stand out as pioneers of poor soils, penetrating compacted ground with deep roots. Sun hemp offers similar power in warm climates. This tropical legume can grow over 6 feet tall in just a few months, producing massive biomass. The real magic happens when sun hemp is cut before flowering. As the tissues break down, they release nitrogen gradually to the crops planted afterward. Pigeon peas and cowpeas, food and fertility together. Pigeon peas produce edible peas while simultaneously improving soil fertility. Cowpeas offer exceptional heat tolerance. Their sprawling vines create living ground cover that shields the soil from erosion and moisture loss. Hairy vetch and crimson clover, winter soil guardians. Cold seasons leave beds exposed, but winter legumes change that dynamic completely. Crimson clover's striking red flower heads make it popular among pollinators, while its roots host active nitrogen-fixing nodules. Fava beans, alfalfa, soybeans, and peanuts, the quiet nitrogen workforce. Fava beans thrive in cooler conditions, storing large amounts of nitrogen. Alfalfa extends roots many feet into the earth, pulling minerals upward. Soybeans and peanuts also enrich the surrounding soil. Integrating the living fertilizer cycle. One of the most effective techniques is known as chop and drop. Simply cut the crop at ground level. As microbes break down the residues, they release nitrogen exactly where the next crop needs it. This mimics natural ecosystems. Crop rotation and intercropping push the system further. Legumes act as living fertilizer companions, sharing the soil environment in real time. Achieving permanent input independence. The moment it works is when soil tests show stable nitrogen levels without external inputs. Eliminating synthetic fertilizers removes a major expense. But more importantly, these crops develop richer flavor and greater resilience. The soil transforms from a passive medium into a living partner, continuously converting sunlight and atmospheric nitrogen into fertility. Subscribe to Timeless Humus Path for more wisdom. The more growers who learn to harness these factories, the closer we move towards self-feeding landscapes.